Good afternoon, everyone. I have a question for you. Do you ever have a hard time remembering which shows your friends recommend to you? Or trying to find a new show to watch on your countless streaming platforms? Well, we have a solution for you, and we're called Watchlist. I'm joined by Justin, Ashley, Dan, and Cameron in presenting a new way of watching TV. Our mission statement is to solve three different problems that consumers have: finding new shows to watch, remembering recommendations you have received, as well as trying to break down the need to navigate multiple streaming platforms. I'm going to pass it over to Justin to talk a little bit more in detail about our platform.
All right, thank you, Stephen. And so now I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about the value proposition that Watchlist is offering its consumers. So with this massive sea of content and with endless recommendations coming from all different areas, what we're really trying to offer is just a way to sort through all of that, get through all of the madness, and find something to watch, and not just something to watch, but something that you enjoy watching. And additionally, what we're trying to create is just more connections amongst your friends and family. And you can share shows, share movies, and that's really what we're about, is bringing people together. And so, right now we believe that the market demand is very high given the current coronavirus situation, with massive numbers of people staying inside with much more time to watch shows and movies. And additionally, it's a very cheap solution for the customer because it's a free app to download. It's free to set up an account. All they have to do is sign into the streaming services that they already have through the app and possibly watch an advertisement. And moreover, even more so on that point, we're creating a great deal of benefit, and we're creating it quickly for the consumer because we're we're going to integrate everything. So we want to, as soon as a text message comes in with a recommendation, we want it to immediately go to watch list and get put into the personalized list of TV and movies, or TV shows and movies for that user to watch. And so then our business model in the beginning, how we're planning on making revenue is through, at first, marketing in order to get users to sign up. And then once we have enough users signed up, our goal is to sell advertising space for to companies for those users. And then past that, once we have enough users, our aim is to reach out to the streaming services and offer bundling and offer different bundling options with those services. But so more specifically on the initial phase of making revenue, so we're going to offer a premium subscription where consumers can pay to have ads removed and have advanced search and filtering content. We're going to be running targeted advertisements, um, which will be initially run through Google Ads. And then once our user base grows, we'll be able to establish our own unique ad program. And additionally, we're going to run a referral commission where Watchlist will allow users to subscribe to platforms that they're not already subscribed to. And so now I'm going to kick it off to Cam to discuss our customer segments.
Thank you, Justin. So when we were really trying to narrow down our customer segment here, we concluded on high school and college age individuals. Now, why would that be? Well, they're really technologically savvy. We're not really going to have to take a lot of time to explain to them how to download an app or a Chrome extension. It's easy, it's seamless, and they can tell their mom and dad how to do it because that's inevitably what's going to happen. They're already subscribed to multiple streaming platforms like Netflix or Hulu, and they're social creatures, particularly in the social media era. They're always on their phones, whether that be iMessage, text message, GroupMe, Instagram, what have you. So who are we talking about specifically? Well, we're talking about someone like Betty Cooper here. She's a junior in high school. She's editor of her school newspaper. After school, she can be found kicking it with her friends. She's active on multiple social media platforms, and she has a pretty big following among friends and her family. And on the weekends, she really likes to kick back and binge watch her favorite TV shows and her favorite movies. Because she's so busy, she really doesn't dedicate time during the week to watch TV. She's not sitting down on Thursday nights to watch Grey's Anatomy. She's going to save that for a later time. And so given that she's pretty active on social media and tight with friends and family, she gets her recommendations for shows or movies through either like a group text, or she just sees a suggestion, jots it down in the notes app on her phone. So why is Watchlist good for someone like Betty? Well, as mentioned, she subscribes to multiple streaming platforms. She's already on social media. She's really tech savvy, but she's pretty overwhelmed when it comes to looking for a new show or movie to watch, where to begin. And because she has such a following, she could easily influence her friends and family. And how are we going to get to Betty? Well, we're going to target through ads on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. And with that, I'm going to hand this over to Dan to break down our tech.
Thanks, Cam. Yeah, so in terms of the technology and the software development, we put a lot of thought into this. Our plan is to use a Microsoft cloud provider called Azure, that's A-Z-U-R-E, in order to incorporate a 3-tier software architecture. And within that third tier, we're able to use both a relational and non-relational database in order to keep up with the high-speed streaming demands, as well as high storage capacity for our data. After looking at this, we estimated a development cost of about $250,000 for the user interface and the application, and about $600,000 a month for the cloud service. In terms of intellectual property, our plan was to file for a copyright for the underlying software, as well as filing for different trademarks consisting of the brand name and associated brand images. Is it robust and scalable? Well, we believe that Watchlist will be scalable as the number of users and streaming partners continue to increase. Obviously, adding server space will be integrated for added users. In addition to this, we think that we'll have a competitive advantage by partnering with streaming services and creating a better database for that. And with that, I'm going to pass that to Ashley.
Great, thanks, Dan. So we have a few competitors in this space right now, Apple TV and Reelgood being kind of integrated platforms that connect your multiple streaming services, as well as Must for Movies and TV, which is an app which offers more of a social component where you can connect with your friends and families and manage a movie wish list that you can share with those people as well. And some substitutes for keeping track of the recommendations that you get is just the Notes app on your phone. That one's pretty simple. And then next we're going to move on to the competitive advantage that Watchlist has. So as mentioned earlier, this is connected directly to your phone's either text message or iMessage. So right as someone sends you a recommendation, it'll get saved onto your watch list, and it'll be fully integrated with an easy connection to whichever streaming platform that's on. Next is the organizing abilities that Watchlist has. So you can create your own personal lists, and you can also delete the recommendations that you just don't think you're gonna end up watching. And so this is able to kind of sort whatever you want to watch, and doesn't have to be just based on what streaming services it's on. And then finally, it's fully integrated, so really, really easy to just click and get onto whatever the appropriate streaming services is. And then I'm going to pass it back to Dan.
Thanks, Ashley. And so what makes Watchlist sustainable? So the first thing is customers. And as cable cutting and migrating to streaming services continues to become more and more prevalent, we see the streaming market to continue growing with the current trend that it's already at. Second is innovation. As Watchlist continues to grow in users, we'll have the opportunity to grow and innovate new ways for users to connect through television. And third is the partnerships. Watchlist continues to collaborate with current streaming services and partner with new streaming services to bring customers the newest shows and movies without the need to look elsewhere. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Ashley for the conclusion.
So after some considerable amount of research and planning, we have unfortunately deemed Watchlist to be not a viable business in today's market. While this platform would solve such problems as forgetting recommendations and having to search through all streaming platforms, we do not believe that enough customers will pay for the subscription to generate the revenue necessary to survive. There are various other solutions, such as keeping notes and generating quick internet searches to find out what streaming platform that show or movie is on, to resolve these problems at no cost. But with all of that, we thank you all for your time.